Welcome back to Your Real Estate Voice with Barb Schlinker, the weekly radio show that informs and educates you on how to buy or sell real estate with Barb Schlinker, the owner broker of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. Now, Barb, a lot of people look at those automated valuations that they see on Zillow, or they look at their neighbor's asking price to try to determine what their home is worth,
Yeah.
especially now that it's taking longer to sell a home. How does a home seller decide what price to set when they're selling their home?
Well, pricing a home correctly can mean the difference between a home seller getting the most money when they sell, or it's sitting on the market month after month, showing after showing, longer than the normal period of time. And then if you do get an offer, then it's going to be kind of a low offer because they're going to think you're desperate, right? And I've seen, like, I was just looking at similar sales for a seller last night. And we're like, well, look, they've been on the market for whatever it was, 120 days. But look at the history. They started at this price and then they slowly walked the price down and they ended up netting less money. However, had they come out of the gate at that price in the beginning, then it would have sold right away. And that by itself saves them money, I think. So if you price too high, two things happen. One of them is you get very few showings until it's priced right. And you're helping your competition sell their home. Buyers are going, oh, well, better deal. I'm going over here. Right. So the number of available homes continues to rise. And I don't know why. It's kind of strange. It's been low inventory for the last couple of years. And all of a sudden, boom, we're seeing over 4,200 homes on the market in the Pikes Peak region. That's a massive, almost a 50% increase from 2 years ago with the same amount of sales. So I spent a little time doing the math because I thought that was fun. I don't know if it's 100% accurate, but basically, I looked at the number of sales 2 years ago as compared to the number of sales going on right now. And what I discovered is 2 years ago, 72% of the homes that were on the market were getting contracts. This year, 2 years later, it's the same number of sales essentially. So with rising inventory, that means about a third of the homes are getting contracts. So it's really important to price your home right. If you don't price your home right, I know everybody wants the most money. Then it's going to sit on the market longer. I just had somebody call me this morning and said, I don't want to deal with all these people coming through my house. I don't want to do that. I said, all right, we have an option for you. We have our cash offer program. But if you look at the stats, more than 50% of home sellers are dropping their price as compared to 2 years ago. It wasn't that much. And I think right now there's a lot of people really hoping that, the Fed's going to lower the rates, and there are definitely buyers sitting on the sidelines waiting for that. But is that really going to happen? I personally don't think it's going to happen until this Fed leaves office. And that's his term ends next May. So if you need to sell this year, you just have to price the home properly. And we know how to help you do that to get the home sold. For me, a good sale is if you get your home under contract within 30 days. If it's taking longer than that, at least with the marketing that we're doing, we don't have a marketing problem. It's a pricing problem. A lot of people hold on to this fictitious number that, okay, they want this much, but if they want to sell now and the market has already spoken back to you, not bringing you offers, it's not the right number. We need to make a move. My name is Barb Schlinker. I'm the broker owner of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty and the host of this show, Your Real Estate Voice. And we're talking about pricing mistakes that could cost you thousands when selling your home. Now, what I mean by it costing you thousands, the longer you have your home sitting on the market, the more slowly that you walk the price down. According to national statistics, this isn't just Barb talking, I'm talking national statistics. Home sellers net less money. You're better off being priced very well, meaning on the low side of all the similar sales coming out of the gate to get the right price. So when we come back, we're going to talking about how to set the right price so that you can get your home quickly. The biggest pain point that I find with most home sellers is not just the preparation. It is basically dealing with the showings. It's a lot of pain for sellers, because people come in, they judge your home. Some of them, I have to chase after these agents to give feedback. I would say probably more than half of them don't give feedback. And even really high end price points. It's like, really? You went out and showed a $2 million home and you don't have 30 seconds to fill out a simple online form to tell me what your buyer thought. It, to me, it's unprofessional. Also, most of them don't even leave business cards, which I would hate that. If I knew somebody was in my home, but they didn't leave a business card to let me know that they were there. So that, unfortunately, in this industry, there is no training to be a real estate agent. There is no job description to be a real estate agent. There's no how to in most of these brokerages on how to be a good professional agent. It just doesn't happen that much. So most of the agents just do what they've always done. They think that's right. And it was funny as far as leaving a card, which I think is a real simple thing. I mean, a business card, what do they cost? Maybe a half a penny to leave a business card, right? Um, so I don't think it's very expensive, but why are they not leaving cards? I asked my colleague that, and he goes, "Oh, it's because of COVID. They're afraid of germs." I'm like, "Give me a break." you know, COVID's over. So I don't understand it, but because there's no training, there's no how to, you get all kinds of weird things happenings on showings. I get complaints from some of my clients. Okay, they left the lights on, they left the fan on, they didn't close the screen door, all these things. They use the restroom. It just drives people crazy. So they want to get that pain point over as soon as possible. I'm not saying an overnight sale. I'm saying in a reasonable amount of time. The average days on market is dropping a bit, is down into about the 40-day range for El Paso County. However, that's only for the homes that are priced right, that are getting contracts. All the rest are languishing. All the rest are languishing on the market, waiting for the right buyer or to be set at the right price. So if you are planning on making a move, we can help you sell your home in any market and help you position it to be the best home on the block. Just give us a call, 719-301-3900, or go to barbhasthebuyers.com. Richard?
You're listening to Your Real Estate Voice with Barb Schlinker of Your Home Sold, Guaranteed Realty. And you can listen to replays of the show anytime on all of the major podcast platforms, plus Barb's YouTube channel, Barb Schlinker. If you're thinking of making a move, call Barb at 719-301-3900. Now, Barb, what are some other magic bullets on pricing your home to get that top dollar?
Well, I say one of them is absolutely pricing, and it doesn't necessarily mean you have to remodel the home. Of course, most people want the most money in their pocket when they sell, and I'd love to get you the most money. However, pricing it high is just the opposite of getting you the most money. It will mean that your house will sit on the market day after day, week after week, dealing with showings until you maybe get a contract. But pricing it right, pricing it what I call very realistically, is the way you get the most money and get the most interest right out of the gate. Buyers, they are very well educated right now with all these online websites, Zillow, Realtor.com, Homes.com. They can see all the homes around you. They can see all the values around you, whether or not these homes are on the market. And so the buyers are making a decision as to whether or not they're going to do a go, no go to look at the home based on the online presentation right away. So you'll be able to tell if you're on the market based on the number of activity that you're getting with showings. So if you're getting offers, you're in the wheelhouse. Stay right there. It may not be the right offer. You'll probably get another offer that you like very soon. I just put one of my clients under contract that got an offer before we started showing. They didn't put the deal together because they didn't agree on possession date. But I said, don't worry, that means we're over the target. We've got the right price. And sure enough, we ended up going on to two more offers until we found the right buyer. We went under contract and the home is on its way to closing. If you find that you're getting plenty of showings, but no offers, you're just a little bit off, maybe 2 to 3%. So what is plenty? Zillow tells me that the average number of showings per week is 6. Now, most of my listings are not getting 6. So there is definitely a decrease in the buyer activity. But if you're getting 6 or more a week, then you're getting the right number of showings. There's a problem with pricing. In other words, you're getting them in the door, but buyers are finding better choices out there instead of what you have to offer. If you're getting very few showings, you're more off. You have to make a steeper price adjustment. And this is what we do for our clients all the time. People invite us every week to come out and give them tips on what to do, what not to do to get their home ready for sale, get them a really good idea of what their home will sell for in this market and how much they'll put in their pocket. And we also help you prepare and price the home to attract the most amount of money, because at the end of the day, your first showing is online. And if you priced it right, you'll get multiple offers or at least get one really good offer and be able to sell the home for the most money. I have a couple of stories, but this is just one from a few years back where it was very, very dated. Their competition was higher end, newer custom homes. And they asked me, do we remodel the kitchen with tile counters and white appliances? And I'm like, no, because you're not going to get the money. It's going to cost you probably $100,000 to update that kitchen. And it just won't work. You may not get the money out of it because you have to raise the price by that much. And now buyers you're competing with are out there, the sellers you're competing with out there actually have more modern homes, more updated floor plans, less updating to do. I mean, this home built in the 80s, when I first saw it, it had a pink carpet. Remember when mauve and green were a big trend back in the 90s? Oh my God, I'm glad that came and went. It was kind of the Southwesty thing. So they had that. In fact, their sinks up in the bathrooms were seashell shaped and they were pink. I said, okay. So we brought in a company called Get a Grip, and they actually sprayed the sinks a white polyurethane. It looked amazing. And so they priced it right. They did just the basics, flooring, fix any broken stuff, pricing it very realistically, actually below what I thought the market would command. And it ended up selling for $75,000 over asking price. Richard?
This is one of the many reasons that I recommend you, Barb, a trusted Navy veteran, when people are thinking of buying or selling a home. I'm Richard Randall, and you're listening to Your Real Estate Voice. Barb Schlinker, host of the program. I sit in with her. Barb Schlinker, of course, with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. And you can reach her at 719-301-3900 or barbhasthebuyers.com. When we come back, we'll be discussing how to prevent agents from derailing the sale of a home inspection. Oh, yeah, context is everything. When we come back, we'll be discussing how to prevent agents from derailing the sale by using a home inspection. Stay tuned for that.